Now, how many of you remember this man, Okodilindiwe, aka Derico Nwamama? You see, Derico was a criminal kingpin that terrorized the good people of Anambra State, the eastern part of Nigeria, in the late 90s and early 2000s. See, at first, Derico was just a normal young boy in the city of Onitsha. He was just into pickpockets, all these minor stealings just to, help himself. Until one day, Derico said, nah, he was barely an adult. He said now that he needs more money. He needs to go deeper into crime. He needs to earn more. That was when he transformed into armed robbery, got himself a group, became their leader before he was even an adult. And Derico became feared in the city of Onitsha. He was a maniac, a serial killer. Derico had thirst for blood. He was killing people on a daily. Market women were scared of going to the market because he was robbing market women, robbing banks, even banks that are very much secured. Derico was robbing banks and killing people as a sign of being in charge. He was feared all over the city of Onitsha. To the extent the governor there was also afraid of Derico Nwamama. The governor was receiving calls from governors from neighboring states asking what is going on in your state. Why can't you track down and arrest Derico? The governor tried everything possible. He called the commissioner and was like, I think we're going to launch Operation Derico. Get everybody involved. That was how they started Operation Derico. Anti-robbery squad, they had everybody in. But Derico was smart. He outsmarted the police. He knows the in and out of Anambra State. He knows his operation. He knows how to go about everything. Derico was doing this robbery and killings and putting fears in people, like everyone was afraid of him. At some point, Derico and his boys, there's talk of that a 59-seater passenger bus. 59 passengers were inside the bus. They killed 55 and 4 were lucky to survive. 55. Legend has it that he has killed almost more than 25 policemen and more than 100 civilians. Derico was a serial killer. So the governor was under pressure. He was under pressure. Calls were coming in, and that was how he said, okay, fine, let me have a meeting with other governors, other nearby governors, the nearby states. So they had a meeting and decided that, okay, let's form a group, the Bakassi Boys. And that was how the Bakassi Boys got involved. Now, they got an information that Derico was living in Abuja, but whenever he wants to commit atrocities, he will come to Anambra, commit his atrocities, his crime, then he will go back to Abuja to relax as a normal civilian. So the Bakassi Boys started hunting Derico alongside the police. It became a manhunt. They were looking for Derico everywhere, but he was still outsmarting them. He knows the in and out of Anambra State. Derico was everywhere at the same time. He was nowhere. Derico was the man. That was when they got the information of where he resides in Abuja. So the Bakassi Boys and the police, they went to Abuja, went to his house. But Derico escaped. But they captured 2 of his men and they saw where he was keeping all his weapons. They seized everything, captured his men, and they went back. Derico now went to Delta State. He was sending threats to police because of what they did. Then until one day, the Bakassi Boys, they got an information that Derico is coming to Onitsha. So they laid ambush with policemen at Air Bridge. That was when they stopped a passenger bus. Derico was inside the passenger bus as a normal passenger, a normal civilian. That was when they captured Derico. Now the police wanted the Bakassi Boys to hand over Derico to them, but the Bakassi Boys were like, we don't trust police. We don't trust police. Because Derico had backup. Derico had people. Derico was protected by the upper class. So the Bakassi Boys knew that if we give this man to the police will find a way to release him. We don't trust the police. And that was how they took Derico to their camp, and 6 days later, they had to behead Derico Nwamama in the street of Onitsha. Behead Derico Nwamama. And that was the end of the criminal kingpin, Derico Now, I might have missed out so many points from this story because it's a very long story. I'm only trying to summarize it because there's a lot of things I never point out in this story. I'm just trying to summarize it that Nigeria has had its own set of serial killers, and Derico was one of them.